Naomi moved with her husband and 2 sons from Israel to Moab to escape a serious famine. Her 2 sons marry women from Moab, but after 10 years, Naomi has lost her husband and 2 sons to death. It is at this point that she decides it is time to return to her homeland of Israel. But here's what happened on the day she said goodbye to her daughters-in-law, Orpah and Ruth.
Girls, it doesn't make any sense for you to come back with me to Israel. I think that you should go back to your families and to the gods that you had before. We told you about the one true God.
No, I'm not going back.
Yeah, we want to go with you.
But why? It makes no sense. I can't have any more children. I can't bring you a husband. I don't even have a secret son that I could give to you when I get to Israel. Do you know how long it takes for a child to grow up to become marriageable age, Orpah, Ruth? Don't you understand? This is not a good idea, okay? Just because I'm kind of grumpy and I, kind of blame God for the things that I do. Whoa, is that my inside voice, outside voice saying stuff?
Ooh, well, yeah, you kind of changed my mind a bit there. There's lots of young, eligible men there looking for a wife, and I'm not getting any younger or anything. So you know what, Ruth? Let's go. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yes. Go.
No, I'm not going. I decided to follow you, Naomi. I love your God, and I love the things that I see in the lives of those who follow him. There's nothing that you could say that would make me change my mind about the things that I know.
Oh, Ruth, I'm so grateful.
Oh, okay. Well, Ruth, you've always been pretty decisive. I'll give you that. Maybe a little bit dramatic, but anyhow, I gotta go. Time's a wasting, and I'm not getting younger, so later.
Hi, Orpah.
Accompanied by Ruth, Naomi arrives back in her hometown of Bethlehem just as the all-important barley harvest was beginning. And Ruth, showing initiative and decisiveness, decides it is time to get to work to help Naomi and herself.
Naomi, I would like to help out around here by going and picking up the leftover barley that the main harvester has missed. Are you okay with that? I think it could help out with some of our bills and provide some food.
That is very hard work, Ruth. And sometimes the men that work out in the fields are very disrespectful and not very kind. And, that kind of work is kind of done by poor people.
I think we might be considered poor, seeing as we came from Moab with the clothes on our back. Please, Naomi, this is what I want to do. I believe that God will protect me out there. I have decided this is the right thing to do, though it is humbling.
You are the most decisive person I've ever met, Ruth. And like you, I do feel it's the right thing to do.
And so it was that Ruth found a field and started to work there. It was difficult work, and sometimes those harvesting ahead of those picking up the leftover grain were not very kind. But God had his hand on Ruth. So, you're new here, I see. Where are you from? What are you doing here? You don't really seem to know what you're doing.
I'm from Moab. I'm Naomi's daughter-in-law.
Oh, that's so
I'm kinda
sweet.
New to this, but
That's awesome, sweetheart. But I need you to understand something here. You after harvesters are pretty annoying because us real harvesters, we're picking the harvest, and if you get too much of the harvest from behind us, it's really trying to say that, it's kind of saying that we're not doing our job. So here's what's going to happen. You're going to follow us, and you're going to give me half of whatever it is that you get off of the ground. Do you understand? And then I won't look so bad.
But I'm just trying to help my mother-in-law.
Yeah, that's wonderful. It's sweet what you're doing. But the way it works around here is that you are a foreigner. And so that means you are unwelcome. We are just being nice to you, even allowing you to come and pick up the leftover grain that drops on the ground. And so I don't want to hear about any of what your mother-in-law is doing, how important this is to you. You're just going to have to listen to what I tell you to do, and you're going to follow whatever I say. Do you understand? Are we clear? Are you having trouble understanding the language I'm speaking in right now? can I speak maybe in your little foreign language and then you'll understand?
Oh.
Ow! Ow!
Why, you little
What
field
the?
snake.
How
I got
dare
permission
you?
to be out here this morning, and from what I understand, this is not a field of Dirk. It is a field of Boaz. If you don't like foreigners, I suggest you stay far away because I smell something really bad, and it is not the smell of fresh
You're
cut
in
barley.
so much trouble right now. Oh, hey, Boaz.
Dirk, what is going on here?
Oh, you're not going to believe this. I was just explaining to this Moabite here the rules for doing the harvesting in the field, and she attacked me viciously for no reason.
You were the one from Moab. Okay, you must have come here with Naomi.
You're in such trouble.
My overseer has just been telling me about how hard you've been working all day. In fact, I'd actually like it if you joined the other gleaners, if you wouldn't mind, and make sure that they give you enough water to make it through the day, okay?
Why are you being so nice to me?
Yeah, why
I
are
have
you
not
being-
been more important than your servants?
Why are you being so nice to her? This is a foreigner. She's not even from here. I can't believe this.
Well, Dirk, thank you for your opinion, but I actually seen everything that's happened here, and it's actually your services that won't be needed anymore.
That's right. Wait a minute. Are you talking to me?
Dirk, leave now before I let her kick you like she really means it.
All right. Okay. I'm out of here. But you're going to regret this.
Why are you doing this? Surely you can't care about somebody like me.
Listen, I've heard what you've done for your mother-in-law, Naomi. The decisiveness that you've taken to leave your country, to make her people your people, to make our God your God. Your decisiveness has not gone unnoticed. Trust me.
New hope was born into the heart of Ruth. She saw her decision to join God's people and make the God of Israel her God as a choice worth keeping. But little did she know that God had much more in store for her life. Months later, Ruth is given another choice that will test her decisiveness. It happens in the house of Naomi.
So, Ruth, what do you think of Boaz?
He's been so kind to me. He has lunch with me. He's even fired 3 men because of the rude remarks that they've made to me. And he makes me feel safe.
Okay, so I haven't told you this before, but he's actually a kinsman redeemer. That means because your husband, my husband, they died, Boaz has the right in our culture to continue your family line by, marrying you and wanting to protect you.
But why would he want to marry me? My culture and my people are so different from yours. The longer I live here, the more in love I am with your people and your God. My only regret is that I wasn't born one of God's people.
Oh, Ruth, you have been a better example of God's love and who God's people really are. Just, even though you're a foreigner, people that have been here for years don't even, aren't as decisive as you. They don't love God like you love God. So we would be honored to have you into our family.
Oh, tell me what I have to do.
Today, you need to make a decision. A very hard decision. Are you willing to do this? It'll change your life forever.
Naomi explains that Ruth must go and ask Boaz to be the kinsman redeemer for her life. But the decision is not an easy one for Ruth. She is much younger than Boaz and worries that others will look down on Boaz for marrying someone like her. In the end, her decision is to follow God's direction for her life and become the wife of Boaz. What she could not possibly know is that decision and her amazing character trait of decisiveness would make her the grandmother of the most famous king of Israel and one of the only 2 foreigners in the line of Jesus. We learned that decisiveness means that once we choose the right course of action, we devote all of our energy to seeing our commitment through to the very end. It was a difficult thing for Ruth to make the decision to leave her people and God, to be a stranger in a foreign land and follow the one true God. But her decisiveness earned her a place in history which will never be forgotten. The words to live by this week are found in James chapter 1, verse 5. If any of you lacks wisdom, You should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. What the apostle is saying to his readers in this passage of Scripture is that we can be decisive in our life only if we are willing to seek God's wisdom. If we are to make decisions that are correct, we must make sure that they are decisions that are inspired by the will of God, because these are the only decisions worth putting all of our energy into.